Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? So I was just reading an article about the HTC One A9. It was unveiled, and I gotta say, it looks awesome. I don't know. I'm just a big geek when it comes to mobile devices, but I think it looks awesome. Some people may disagree, and we'll talk about that later on. But to start off, some of the specs that it has, basically, it's a 5-inch Super AMOLED display. Um, Running 1080p basically is the screen resolution. So, and it's Gorilla Glass 4. That is the type of glass that is pretty much mellowed into the phone. So, that actually looks pretty cool. Uh, Also, it's running the Snapdragon 617 octa-core with the high cores at 1.5 gigahertz and the low cores at 1.2 gigahertz. So, if you wanted to know the chipset on it, now there's two versions. There's a 16 gig and the 32 gig version. The US will be getting the 32 gig version, and it comes with either 2 or 3 gigs of RAM. So that's pretty neat. 2150 milliamp hour battery, micro SD card support. So yeah, you're getting some pretty cool stuff with it. No removable battery, but it's a 2150 milliamp hour battery, I believe, and 13 megapixel camera on the back. And it states that the front-facing camera is using ultra pixels, but it did not state the actual pixels that the front-facing camera uses. So we don't know if it's 2 megapixels or 4 megapixels or 4 ultra pixels is what it's called, I guess, or 2 ultra pixels. We don't know. They didn't state that in the article, but I'm pretty sure you guys will find some of the more specific specifications of the device just by looking it up. Google is your friend. Google search. One of the things that you guys can use to actually find out a lot of information. But some of the things that people were talking about it is that it looks too iPhone-ish. I really don't care anymore. Like, the lines are so blurred between Android and Apple hardware. And it's just, what's the point of even complaining anymore? I mean, they adopt likenesses and features from either side. It's just pretty, complaining about it's iPhone-ish or it's Android-ish, it's futile. There's no point of saying that. I mean, like I said, the lines are blurred. So who really cares anymore? Who got what, who came up with what, who did what, whatever. It doesn't really matter anymore. The fact is, people should really judge the phone on how it performs, how it functions, and what it does. And then, yeah, of course, how it looks, because you don't want to carry a POS phone around, or you want something that looks great in your eyes. And this, yes, phones are an extension of style when it comes to us. But the A9 seems pretty cool, and I'm glad. We haven't heard really anything from HTC in a while. The Taiwanese company hasn't been in the forefront of the news in a long running time. Chinese manufacturers have been swooping in with all their new devices, especially since Huawei and Google broke ground by allowing Huawei to create the Nexus 6P, which then put the word in people's mouths. And it's funny when I see people talking about Huawei and they pronounce it Huawei or Huawei or Hawaii. They call it Hawaii. How do you get Hawaii from Huawei? That's funny to me still, but it's Huawei. And but anyways, people are starting to actually give these phones a chance now. Huawei is starting to sell a lot of units, based on the fact that they did the Nexus 6P and people are loving it. So now people are grabbing up some of their other devices that they've been selling in the U.S. market for quite some time now, giving them a chance. ZTE coming up, bringing us some really sexy, beautiful devices. So the Chinese is really stepping their game up. And HTC has kind of been out of it for a while, so I'm really happy to see them come in with the One A9, and just kind of make a little impact with everybody with it. One of the most talked about versions of the A9 is the red version. It looks quite beautiful. I think so, and a couple other people do, but I'll let you guys decide that in the comment section of this video. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are of the HTC One A9, and thumbs up this video if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.